My name's Elizabeth. How will you ensure that all children have a chance to go to school?
Can you just repeat that question? I didn't hear it again, Elizabeth. Just repeat the question again.
How will you ensure that all children have a chance to go to school?
Wonderful question. First and foremost, it is important for every single child to have an opportunity to get a quality education. And what we are doing here in Kenya is trying to ensure that we have made, for example, primary education in Kenya completely free, and it has been free for all Kenyan students, regardless of background, regardless of what part of the country they come from. And for the last 3 years, we have also started a program of 100% transition, ensuring that all primary school kids also get an opportunity to get a high school education. Now, of course, in some parts of the world, like Kenya and many other parts of the world, resources are scarce. And that's why myself and Boris are really trying to work hard over the next couple of months to raise the money that we're trying to raise to ensure that no child is left behind and everyone has an opportunity to get a quality education that therefore gives them a quality foundation to be great citizens of the globe in years to come.
That's exactly right. So what Uhuru and I, what President Kenyatta and I are trying to do with Julia Gillard is to get 88 million more girls in the world to get a proper quality education. And but that's just one thing that we're doing. It's a general challenge to improve education throughout the world.
My name is Nisa Brina. Prime Minister, sir, what was your favorite subject in primary school?
My favorite subject? Well, I think it was a primary school. I was at a primary school in London called Primrose Hill Primary School in Camden. And it was lovely, and it was actually the same school as Ed Miliband. You haven't heard of Ed Miliband or David Miliband, but I think Uhuru has heard of him. And it was a lovely school, and I had a wonderful teacher called Mr. Fox, who decided that I needed to be given extra reading. I don't know why. He thought maybe whether he thought I had potential or whether he thought I was behind, I'm not sure. But anyway, he took me into the library and he gave me lots of books, and so that was a big moment for me. Yeah, so I would say that was my favorite thing.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. My name is Henry. What needs to be done to ensure that all children continue learning even with the pandemic?
Well, that's a very good question, and I think therein we've all experienced a very, very difficult time over the last year, and that's children all across the world, from the United Kingdom to here in Kenya, right across, kids being forced to stay at home through no will of their own, but as a result of this unfortunate pandemic. And what has this told us? It has told us that we've got to also really pick up on digital learning so that even when we are faced with crises like we are faced currently, all boys and all girls can still continue with their education from home through digital connection. So we really now have to bridge this digital divide that we have to ensure access to the internet, ensure access to digital tools that can help our children continue with their learning in times of crisis like we've seen over the last year. And that's one of the issues that we are really partnering with the Prime Minister, because he is very focused, and I completely am behind him, on the issue of ensuring girls are educated, and I am really behind the issue of driving digital learning to ensure that despite the kind of challenges we have faced over the years, last year and now going second year, no child is really left behind as a result of not being able to access a classroom. They can continue their learning at home. So these two things combined hopefully will continue to give our children an opportunity to continue with their education despite the various challenges that we face globally. So I think that's really the focus that we have.
Yeah, that's so right. Uhuru, can I ask you, did the pupils at Westlands, did they have to miss school during the pandemic? Did they have to stay at home?
They actually had to stay at home. They were challenged as a result of the fact that all schools were basically closed. And I must say, because
we had that, didn't we?
exams weren't held on schedule last year because all schools were closed. So we had to hold our exams early this year. And I really want to congratulate
Did they do the exam?
and all the kids, because they did reasonably well despite the fact that they were at home. And I think I congratulate you all. Despite those challenges, you still managed to face your exams. You've done as well as you could. Well done. And just keep that right up.
That's fantastic. Well, everybody here also had to stay at home. But are you happy to be back in school now?
Yeah.
What about in Westlands? Are you happy to be back in school?
Are you happy to be back in school?
We want to keep our schools open, but we can only keep them open. Teachers, students, parents, and everybody.